The goal of this routine is just to feel good. It's a restoration routine, so we're just going to try to work on expanding mobility or space in the body and also help activate a bunch of muscles that we typically don't activate in our modern lifestyle. So we do need some pieces of equipment. I have this large foam roller just to help with some balance as we'll do some single leg stances. I also have a yoga block and a yoga strap. So once you have everything, we'll go ahead and we'll just come to a standing position. We're going to start with some diaphragmatic breathing. So what I'd like you to do is just bring your hands to your belly and then just try to take a deep breath into your belly. Really try to inflate your belly as much as you possibly can. But then on the exhale, just let your breath go and feel free to sigh. Okay? So let's go ahead and start together. So breathe into your belly. And then exhale, just let it go and feel free to sigh. And we'll do that 2 more times. So big breath into your belly. And then exhale, feel free to sigh. And 1 more time. Big breath in. And then exhale, feel free to sigh. Great. So now, what I'd like you to do is place your hands on your lower ribs. When we exhale this time, we're going to make the exhale nice and long. And I want you to try to coach these lower ribs to collapse in towards your spine. So we're activating the obliques and the intercostal muscles. Again, we'll breathe into the belly first. So big breath into your belly. And then hands on your lower ribs, long exhale out. Coach these lower ribs to collapse in towards your spine the best that you can. Good, let's try that again. So big breath into your belly. And then long exhale out, coaching those lower ribs to collapse in. Good, we'll do it 1 more time. Big breath into your belly. And then long exhale out. Coach those lower ribs to collapse in the best that you can. Excellent. Good. So now let's add on a little bit more. So on the exhale, let's try to make the exhale as long as possible. When you get to the end of your exhale, I want you to just try to squeeze a little bit more air out, and that's going to activate the transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor muscles, which are your inner core muscles, and that's going to help lead to more stability of your core and of your spine. Okay? So first start with a big breath in, and then long breath out. Feel free to coach those lower ribs to collapse in as you're doing this. And at the end of your breath, try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Excellent. We'll do that 2 more times. So big breath in, and then long breath out. Coach those lower ribs to collapse in if you can. At the end of your exhale, squeeze a little bit more air out. Good, and 1 more time. Big breath in, exhaling out. Get to the end of your breath and ask for a little bit more. Squeeze, 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 squeeze a little bit more. Excellent. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's breathe in 4 different positions. We're going to try to keep that nice long breath out too. And at the end of each breath, still squeeze a little bit more air out. Okay. So the first position we're going to get into is a forward fold. So what we'll do is we'll place the hands on the thighs and we'll just slide the hands down the leg. I want you to fold as far as you possibly can. If you can take your hands off of your legs, then that's great. You can also just keep your hands on your legs too. Wherever you are at the bottom of the fold, what I'd like you to do here is just slowly nod your head yes. Really slow. So just tucking your chin, trying to look into your heart, then looking towards the floor. You might start to feel how your back or your hamstrings or even your hips start stretching as you're doing this. Let's just do 2 more slow nods, yes. Really slow. So looking into your heart, looking towards the floor. Good. And then just bring your head to neutral. And then the next thing we're going to do is you're just going to shift the hips left and right really slowly. And you might feel different pulls of tension along the backs of your legs as you do this. And if you don't, that's okay too. What's really important is you just want to shift from side to side with the hips nice and slowly. Good, and we'll just do 2 more shifts. Just feel how the weight literally shifts from one foot to the other.
Good. Then bring your hips to center, and now let's do some our diaphragmatic breathing again. So 3 deep breaths. So breathe into your belly really, really big. And then nice long exhale. And remember, at the end of your exhale, you want to try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Good. We'll do that again. So big breath in. Nice long breath out, squeezing all the air out, especially at the end. Try to squeeze a little bit more air out. And we'll just do it one more time. Breathing into the belly. And then nice long breath out. Really try to squeeze all that air out the best that you can. Excellent. Good, then from here, let's slowly roll up our spine one vertebrae at a time. So just start to rotate your pelvis. And then intentionally stack each vertebrae on top of each other. Keep your chin tucked until the very end.
Excellent. So that was spinal flexion. So now we'll go into spinal extension. What I'd like you to do is take your hands and place your hands on your lower back here so that your fingers touch your pelvis and that the heel of your palm is touching your lower ribs. So you're going to create a little hand bridge from rib cage to pelvis. Then let's squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze your elbows together, and then just lift up your heart and lean your shoulders back. If you can keep your eyes looking at the horizon, that's best so that you're not hyperextending your neck. Good. And then let's go ahead, let's do our breathing here. So big breath into your belly. And then nice long breath out. Remember, at the end of your breath, try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Excellent. And we'll do that 2 more times. So big breath in. And then nice long breath out. Get to the end of your breath and try to squeeze a little bit more air out. And we'll do it 1 more time. Big breath in. And then exhale, really try to squeeze all the air out. At the very end, squeeze a little bit more air out if you can. Excellent. And then we'll come back to neutral. Good. So now what I'd like you to do is grab that balance object. So I'm going to use my large foam roller here. We're going to try to open up the side of the body. We're going to take one leg, we're going to cross it behind, and then we're going to take the arm, we're going to reach up and over. So really try to expand the entire side of your body. Good. And then we'll just do our breathing techniques here. So breathe into your belly. Then nice long breath out. At the end of your exhale, just try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Good. Let's do that again. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. For a bonus, with that top hand, try to reach a little bit further to the side. Good. And we'll just do it 1 more time. Breathing into your belly. And then exhale, squeeze all the breath out. And at the end of your exhale, try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Excellent. And then we'll switch sides and we'll do the same exact movement on the other side. So take the foot, reach behind, and then take the hand up and over. Good. And then take a deep breath in. And then exhale, squeeze all the breath out. At the end of your exhale, try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Perfect. And we'll do it again. So big breath in. Exhale, and this time maybe try to reach that hand a little bit further as you're exhaling. And then last time, big breath into your belly. And then long exhale, squeezing all the air out. And at the end, just trying to squeeze a little bit more air out. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so hopefully with all that breathing, you feel nice and relaxed. And then we'll start with some joint articulations. We're going to focus on the toes here. We're just going to try to wave the toes up 1 toe at a time. We're just trying to activate your foot and your toes for a little more stability of the foot. So I'm going to start with my big toes. I'm just going to slowly wave them up 1 toe at a time and then wave them down. So going from big toe to little toe, lifting them up 1 at a time and setting them down. Good. And if your toes are not coming up 1 at a time, that's okay. As long as your intention to do it 1 at a time is there, that's the real exercise. You're just trying to teach your brain how to control your toes better. Good. 1 more time in this direction. Big toe to little toe, waving up and down. And then we'll switch directions. We'll start with the little toe and we'll wave them up, working from little toe to big toe. Just doing the best that you can to have them move one at a time. And again, if your toes are not really compliant, that's okay. As long as you're trying, as long as that your intention is there to try to move them one at a toe, one at a time, you're doing the exercise. Good. Let's finish up with one more here. Excellent. From there, we're going to take your ankles and we're going to rock your ankles from side to side. So I want you to roll to the outside edge of your foot as far as you can, and then slowly roll to the inside edge of your foot. Again, rolling out as far as you can, and then rolling in as far as you can. This is ankle inversion and eversion. We're just trying to restore this joint action to your ankle because we spend a lot of time walking on flat surfaces. And our ankle may not, our ankle may forget how to really work inversion and eversion, which then leads to other issues with ankle mobility and ankle stability. Good. 2 more times. Try to exaggerate. Try to go a little bit further in, a little bit further out, but keep your movements nice and slow. Excellent. Good. So then let's grab our support object, our balance object, and then what we'll do is some heel lifts. So we're going to work the ankle joint into plantar flexion by lifting the heels up off the ground as high as we possibly can, and then coming back down. Now, as you're doing this movement, go nice and slow. We're just trying to create movement, joint action in the ankle. We're not trying to do some fitness exercise of popping up. So slower you go, the better. And you're going to be reminding your brain what your ankle can do. And your brain will start to understand the full range of motion right here into plantar flexion. Good. One more time. Excellent. So then let's add those 2 exercises together. Let's come up into plantar flexion, so heels up off the ground, and then try to roll to the outside edge of the foot and roll to the inside edge of your foot. Try to make the transitions here nice and slow so that you're controlling your movement. And you should feel how the weight's going from your big toe to your little toe. And just do the best that you can here of trying to roll in as far as you can and roll out as far as you can. Good. One more time. Excellent. Good. And then we'll place that object off to the side. And then we'll work up to the knees. And we'll do some knee circles here in a wide stance. So take your feet outside shoulder width, then slide your hands to your knees, and then slowly draw a nice big circle with your knees. As you're doing this, you're going to notice that your foot is rolling in and out, so you're doing some ankle inversion and eversion here. Let's exaggerate the size of the knee circle here. So try to make it a little bit bigger, but also try to slow yourself down. Your body will want to move at a certain pace, and that pace is to make things easier. We actually want to go slower, so that's going to create more muscle activation, and that's also going to teach our brain more about what the knee and the ankle can actually do. So we're restoring joint action by going slower. Good, let's change direction. Let's go the other way. And we could also add on to this by sitting the hips down a little bit more. That will create a little bit more knee flexion, a little bit more load to the quadriceps too, and also to the hips. Good, let's do one more here. Again, keep it nice and slow. Perfect. Then let's bring the feet together, and we'll do this again, knee circles again. But as we're circling the knees now, we want to try to keep the feet flat on the floor. So imagine that the 4 corners of your feet are tattooed to the ground. Good. And then make the biggest circle that you can with your knees. Good. Again, go a little bit slower than what your body wants to go so that you're activating more muscles. And we'll go into the other direction after this rep. Good. So let's change direction. Let's go the other way. And we can ask a little bit more of our bodies right now by sitting the hips down a little bit lower each time. Just do what you can. Just try for a little bit more. Don't force anything. Just ask for a little bit more. Good. One more time. Excellent. Okay. So then we'll come back to stand and we're going to focus on the pelvis here. I want you to imagine that you're wearing a belt. I want you to turn your belt buckle up towards your chin and then down towards the floor. So you're tilting your pelvis anteriorly, posteriorly, up and down. Belt buckle up and down, up and down. You should feel like you're crunching your abdominals each time you're lifting that belt buckle up. Good. Let's just do 2 more here. Last one. Excellent. Good. So then what I'd like you to do is hold on to your shoulders. We're trying to now shift the hips without moving the rib cage here. So if you have a mirror nearby and you can watch yourself, that's even better. We want to shift the hips, but we want to keep the rib cage still. So your lumbar spine and your hip sockets are doing the movement, and we're just not swaying from side to side. Good. Now as you're doing this, try to go nice and smoothly from side to side. And then just see if you could go a little bit further out to the side each time. We'll do 2 more. Good. Last one. Perfect. Again, now we want to keep the rib cage still or the shoulders still. We're going to rotate the pelvis. So that belt buckle is going to point to the right, but the shoulders don't move. And we'll come back and we'll point to the left. Good. Let's see if we can take that belt buckle a little bit further each time. Again, we're trying to keep the shoulders as still as possible. You should feel like a twisting or a spiral sensation through the legs, and that's great. In fact, if you could feel all 10 toes right now, use your legs to really help get a little bit more rotation of the pelvis. Good. We'll do 2 more. Just trying to turn that belt buckle to the left as far as possible, and then to the right as far as possible. Good. Last one. Perfect. Now from there, let's take the pelvis and let's map out a big circle. So we're going to send the hips backwards as far as possible, and then we'll send the hips forward as far as possible. Good. Now keep your movements nice and slow and with control, and just try to go a little bit further each time. So hips going backwards, and then hips going forward. Good. 1 more in each direction. Just ask a little bit more. Hips going backwards. Excellent. And then hips coming forward. Perfect. Okay, and then let's bring your feet together. And let's bring the hips from side to side. And allow your shoulders to go to the other side. Excellent. Just go as far as you can, and then just gently ask for a little bit more range on each side. Good, we'll do 1 more to each side. Perfect. So now we have the 4 points mapped out, and let's try to connect those 4 points by making a nice big circle. So let's push the hips forward, and then slide the hips out to the side. Then reach the hips back, and slide your hips out to the other side, and reach your hips forward. Good. Once you come back to that starting position, change direction, go the other way. Good. And let's keep our movements nice and slow and under control. Good. We'll go 2 more times in each direction, trying to make the circle just a little bit bigger. So just think you're asking for a little bit more range, a millimeter more, all the way around the circle, 360 degrees around the circle. Good. 1 more each way. Just ask for a little bit more. Excellent. And then we'll bring it back the other way. Perfect. Okay, from there, we're actually going to work into the thoracic spine or the rib cage spine. So if you have a yoga block handy or even a small pillow, I'd like you to grab it. Having an object really helps with the next exercise. So we're going to hold this object right into our heart. We're going to hug it in. I want you to then find your imaginary belt buckle and turn your belt buckle up. Good. So then all we're simply going to do, we're going to keep the belt buckle up and we're going to fold forward and try to place the heart on top of that yoga block. And then we're going to reverse. We're going to try to lift that yoga block up over your heart. Good. Let's try it again. And just try to go a little bit further. So heart on top of that yoga block. And then slowly reversing, trying to lift that yoga block up over your heart. Good. One more time. Folding forward, heart on top of that yoga block. And then slowly reversing, lifting that yoga block up over your heart. Perfect. Okay, so then what I'd like you to do is bring your feet nice and wide and try to point your belt buckle forward as we take the yoga block to the right and to the left with rotations. So just simply rotate as far as you can. Try not to move the pelvis, just try to move the yoga block. And then we'll come back and we'll go to the other side. Great. So now as we're doing this, let's exhale as we rotate. So let's rotate to the right, nice long breath out. At the very end of your rotation, just ask for a little bit more, but be gentle. And then come on back. And then same thing on the other side. Exhale as you rotate, get to the end of your rotation, just ask for a little bit more. And then come on back. Good. One more time to each side. Now I'd like you to stay tall as you rotate. So you're super tall, you're 10 feet tall, you're rotating, you get to the end, you're just going to ask for a little bit more, and then we'll come on back. And then we'll go to the other side, rotate as far as you can, get to the end, and just ask for a little bit more, and come on back. Perfect. So now let's combine those two exercises, and we're going to make a circle with that yoga block. Okay? Let's keep the feet nice and wide, let's keep the belt buckle up and pointing forward. And then we'll start by simply folding forward, heart on top of that yoga block, and then rotate the yoga block to your right. Then slowly lift that yoga block up over your heart. And then take it over to the other side. And then slowly fold forward. Once you come back to that starting position, we'll change direction. We'll go back to the left. And we'll slowly lift it up over your heart. And then we'll take it over to the right. And then come on back down the center. Good. Second time around, just see if you can make that circle a little bit bigger. So millimeters here, we're just asking for millimeters more all around the circle, 360 degrees. So lifting up, rotating to the side, folding forward, reversing directions, going back to the side we just came from, slowly lifting up over your heart, over to the other side, and then folding forward again. Good. One more time here, and now let's just go ahead and try to be nice and smooth as we do this circle. Moving smoothly like a well-trained ballerina would while they're warming up backstage. So nice, smooth movements, going through the biggest range that you can, but not forcing it. Just asking for a little bit more all the way around. Changing directions once you get back to that center point, and then coming all the way around. Excellent. Okay, so then we'll place that yoga block down, and then we're going to focus on the shoulder girdle here. We're just going to move the shoulder heads into 4 different directions. So first I'd like you just to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then shrug the shoulders down. Reach your fingers for the floor. Good, let's try that again. Shrugging up and then shrugging down. Good, one more time. Shrug up, 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 get up as high as you can. Perfect, and then reverse, reach down, down, down. Squeeze those armpits towards your pockets. Perfect. So then let's go ahead and let's go front and back. So this is shoulders coming forward is shoulder protraction, and then shoulders coming back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, that's shoulder retraction. Good, we'll do that again. So coming forward, protraction, and then pulling back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Perfect, one more time. Push those shoulders forward as far as you can. Excellent, and now pull them back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Perfect. So then let's try to connect those 4 positions into a nice big circle. What I'd like you to do with your hands is place your hands onto your thighs. Try to keep your hands here so that they don't give you a false sense that you're really moving the shoulders through a big circle here. So hands on your thighs. Let's reach down first and then bring the shoulders forward, then up, and then roll them back the best that you can, and then really reach for the floor. Good, let's do that again. Rolling the shoulders forward, coming up towards your ears, pulling the shoulders back, reaching for the ground with those fingers. Good, one more time in this direction. Roll the shoulders forward, come up towards the ears, pull the shoulders back, reach for the ground. Perfect. Now let's reverse. Let's go the other way. Let's reach down and then pull the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and then push them forward before reaching down again. Good. Let's try to go a little bit bigger. So back, back, back. Up, up, up. Forward, forward, forward. Down, down, down. Good. One more time. Rolling back. Coming up. Rolling forward and down. Great, so then we'll add on to this by placing our hands up our back. And this is going to give us a little restriction, so it's going to make it a little bit harder. So slide your hands up your back, like so. And then we'll just do the best that we can to just roll your shoulders again. So rolling forward, up towards your ears, back, and then down. Now, if you're doing this and you're feeling clicking in your shoulders, that's natural. Just try to go slower through any areas where you're feeling that there's some clicking. And that's going to give your muscles and your brain some time to coordinate better. Excellent. Good. Last time here, let's see if we could go a little bit bigger in this direction. So forward, up, back, and down. And then we'll change directions. We'll go back the other way first. Rolling up towards your ears, pulling forward, and then really pressing the armpits down. Good. Keep it nice and slow. And just ask for a little bit more range of motion all the way around the circle. Excellent. Good. So then we'll do another position. We'll take the hands behind your head like so. But what I'd like you to do is really try to keep your head still. So feel as if like these neck muscles are really engaged. And then we'll take the armpits and we'll do a nice big circle with the armpits. Armpits going forward, up, back, and down. Good. And same as before. So if you're feeling a lot of clicking going on while you're doing this version of the exercise, just go slow through any areas where it's clicking. There's nothing wrong with the clicking. It's just your body not being able to be proficient with coordinating how to move the collarbone and the scapula together. So just go slow. Give your brain and your muscles an opportunity to figure it out. Good. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. Just rolling those armpits in the biggest circle that you can, while we're also trying to keep the head nice and still. Good. Last time here. See if we could go just a little bit bigger. Excellent. Okay, great. So then we'll actually work into the shoulder capsule here, and we're going to do some reaches with the arms. So what I'd like you to do is stand up nice and proud, lift up your chest like Superman, big proud chest, and then just reach your hands back. Now as you reach your hands back, also pull your shoulders back into retraction, what we were just working on, and that's really going to help expand our chest like so. Good. And then we'll do the opposite. We're going to reach the hands forward, up and back, and reach back as far as possible. Good. Let's do that again. So let's reach down and back, pull the shoulders back too, reach, reach, reach as far as you can. At your end range, reach a little bit more, and then we'll reach forward, up and back. Good. Try to engage your abdominal muscles here as you're reaching back so you're not arching your lower back. Excellent. We'll do one more in each direction. So reaching down and back, pull your shoulders back, reach back as far as you can. Good. And then reach up and back. Engage those abdominals so you're not arching your lower back. Excellent. Good. From here, let's go ahead and let's cross the arms, scissor the arms as far as you can. Try to touch either side of the room. Then open up your arms and reach for the wall behind you. Great. Let's scissor the arms again, and let's switch arms. Put the other arm on top. Reach across as far as you can, and then open up the arms. Try to touch the wall behind you. Good. One more each direction. So scissor your arms, reach across as far as you can, squeeze, 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 and then open up, reaching back as far as you can. Perfect. Okay, so then we're going to work with the arms and we're going to start to twist your arms here, but we're going to do it in a couple of different positions. First, let's just reach out in front as far as we possibly can. Good, and then twist your arms as far as you can. Good. Keep twisting in this direction for 1 full second. Good, and now reverse. Twist your arms in the other direction, keep twisting this way as far as you can for 1 full second. Perfect. Now we're going to do that in 5 other positions. So we're going to start by reaching down and back. Your arms are going to be right by your side. And then once you're here, just go ahead, twist your arms as far as you can in one direction. Keep twisting in this direction for 1 full second. Good. And then reverse. Twist your arms in the other direction. Twist, twist, twist. Keep twisting this way for 1 full second. And relax. Good. Next position, think diagonal. So down and back on a diagonal. Reach back as far as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now twist your arms as far as you can. And keep twisting in this direction for 1 full second. Good. Now reverse your twist. Twist the other way. And keep twisting this way for 1 full second. And then relax. Good. So then we'll open up and reaching back as far as we can. Try to touch the wall behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then here, twist as far as you can in one direction. Keep twisting this way for 1 full second. And then reverse. Twist your arm the other way and keep twisting this way for 1 full second. And relax. Good. So next position, we're going to go back to our diagonal again. So up and back on a diagonal. Good. Engage those core muscles so that you're not arching your lower back. And now twist your arm as far as you can in one direction. Keep twisting as far as you can for 1 full second. And then reverse, twist as far as you can in the other direction for 1 full second. And relax. Good. Finally, we'll take the arms up and back. Good. And when we're here, we want to engage those abdominals so we're not arching your lower back. And then we're going to twist our arms as far as you can in one direction. Keep twisting as far as you can, 1 full second. And then reverse, twist your arms in the other direction. Keep twisting as far as you can for 1 full second. And relax. Excellent. Good. So after all of that, what I'd like you to do is bring your feet nice and wide. Find your belt buckle again. Point your belt buckle up. We're going to make nice big circles with the arms, and we're going to add in those twists as we do it. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is start with your hands right by your side. Slowly scissor your arms in front, and then start to reach up and back. Once you hit your limit here, turn your palms out to the side, and you'll notice that your arms can slide out to the side. Keep twisting your arms, and bring the backs of your hands to touch your back pockets. Good. And then once you're there, we'll reverse. We'll squeeze your shoulder blades together. We'll reach your hands back as far as you can. You'll hit your limit here, and we'll turn your palms out to the side again. Once you turn your palms out to the side, you'll notice that your arms can slide out to the side, and then they'll come up. And then we can scissor the arms again and come on down. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. So let's go ahead and scissor your arms again. Really reach across as far as you can. Get up nice and high, reaching back. Hit your limit here. Turn your palms out to the side. Let your arms slide out to the side. Keep twisting your arms until the backs of your hands find your back pocket. Good, and then we'll reverse. We'll squeeze your shoulder blades together first. Slide your hands back as far as you can. Then twist your arms, turn your palms out to the side. Slowly lift the arms up overhead like you're about to dive into a swimming pool. And then scissor your arms again. Perfect. Okay, and 1 more time here. So go ahead, scissor your arms, really reach across. Then come up nice and high, try to reach back a little bit further, hit your limit. Turn those palms out to the side. Keep twisting your arms as you're reaching backwards. And then bring the backs of your hands right to your back pockets. Good. And then we'll reverse it. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slide your hands back as far as you can. You'll hit your limit again. Turn your palms out to the side. Then slowly lift your arms up overhead like you're about to dive into a swimming pool. And then scissor your arms in front. And come on back down. Excellent, great. After all that, let's grab our yoga strap if you have it. If not, maybe have a large towel. We're going to try to now release the tension that we might have built up in our neck muscles, our upper trapezius muscle. So we're going to do some P&F stretching here, which involves using isometric contractions here to help loosen up the muscle. So I'd like you to stand on top of that yoga strap or that towel, and then really try to reach your arms down, pull your armpits towards your pockets, and then hold on to the strap really, really tight. Good. So we're going to try to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears, but it's an isometric movement, contraction, so there is no movement, though we're trying to move in that direction. Okay. Let's start nice and light. So about 30 to 50% of your strength. Hold on to the strap and just think you're trying to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then reverse. Shrug your shoulders down. Squeeze your armpits towards your pockets. Hopefully your shoulders drop down a little bit more. If so, walk your hands down the strap a little bit more, and we'll do it one more time. Okay. This time I invite you to go a little bit stronger, so you can work all the way up to 100% of your strength. So pick a level of strength that works for you today, and let's go ahead and try to shrug those shoulders up towards your ears. And we're shrugging up for slow 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then reverse it. Shrug the shoulders down. Squeeze your armpits towards your pockets. Maybe walk your hands down the strap a little bit more. And then we're going to end this with 3 deep breaths. So hold this position. Breathe into your belly. Nice long breath out. When you get to the end of your exhale, try to squeeze a little bit more breath out. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Again, breathe into your belly. And then exhale, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze all that breath out. Excellent. And we'll do it 1 more time. Big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. At the end of your exhale, try to squeeze a little bit more air out. Excellent. Good. Then I'd like you to keep holding on to the strap here. We're going to do some articulations for the neck. So all I'd like you to do is simply look down into your heart. We're nodding our head yes, so we're looking into our heart. And then we're slowly taking the eyes up and back. You're trying to look behind you by looking up and back. Good. Let's go ahead and nod again. So go ahead and bring that chin down towards your heart. Look into your heart the best that you can. And then slowly lift the head up and try to look up and behind you. Good. 1 more time. Slowly nodding yes. And then taking the eyes up and back. Good. And then bring your head back to neutral. Good. So the next exercise, we're going to keep the shoulders down. We're going to try to take the top of your head over to the side as far as possible. And then we'll come back to center, and then we'll do the other side. Top of the head over to the side. Good. Now, if you could also really try to stay tall through your neck as you're doing that, that's even better. So take the head over to the side as far as you can. Stay long and tall in that neck. And then we'll come on back. And then the other side. Long and tall in the neck. And back. Good. 1 more time. Let's add the exhale as we're reaching the top of the head over to the side. So breathing out. And then coming back. And to the other side, breathing out. Great. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to push the head forward into protraction, like you're trying to read something far away, and then pull the head back into retraction. Good. So head goes forward, really reach the head forward, bad posture right here, and then pull the head back, good posture. Good. 1 more time. Reach, 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 and then pull it back, 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 back. Great. So after all that, now let's go ahead and try to make a nice big circle with your head. Better yet, let's focus on making a circle with your nose. So let's bring your nose down towards your heart. Then slowly take the nose over to one shoulder. Then we'll lift that nose up towards the ceiling. We'll take the nose over towards the other shoulder. And then back down towards your heart. Good. And then once you're there, change direction. Go back to the shoulder you just came from. And then slowly lift that nose up towards the ceiling. And then over to the other side. And back down towards your heart. Good. Let's go ahead for our second round. Let's see if we can make that circle a little bit bigger. So can we bring that nose a little closer towards that shoulder? Can we lift the nose a little higher up towards the ceiling? And then a little closer over towards the other shoulder. And then back down towards your heart. And then we'll reverse directions. We'll try to match that range of motion going the other way. Slowly bring that nose up towards the ceiling, over to the other side, and back down. Good. One more time. This time, try to stay long and tall in your neck as we're doing this. So try to make the biggest circle that we can, but we want to also feel like we're lengthening the neck as we're doing this. And it's really just your intention right now of just trying to feel like that neck is lengthening. Okay? Just remember what it was like when you were trying to prove how tall you were when you were growing up as a child. We'd always have that ability to try to lengthen to get tall. So we just want to try to do that here. Just feel like we're tall in our whole body here, 10 feet tall. Excellent. Great. So then we'll take that yoga strap, we'll place it off to the side. And let's grab that balance object, okay? And we're gonna go into the hips here. We're gonna do some big circles for the hips. So we wanna use that balance object here so we're not worried about balancing on one leg as we make a big circle here through your hip. So what I'd like you to do is bring your knee up towards your chest. And then slowly just bring that knee out to the side. Then start to pick up your foot and reach that foot behind you without leaning forward, and then we're going to bring the knees together. Once your knees come together, let's reverse. Let's reach back, then slide the knee out to the side, and then try to bring that knee back towards your heart, and then we'll set it down. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Okay, same thing on the other side. So big proud chest, try to lift that knee up towards your chest, then slide the knee out to the side. Good, then try to pick up the foot as you're reaching back and bring your knees together. Good, and then we'll reverse, we'll reach back first, slide the knee out to the side, and then try to bring that knee up in towards our heart. Perfect. Okay, let's switch again. So just like the other exercises on our second round, we're just gonna ask for a little bit more range, right? All the way around the circle. So lift that knee up, just try to lift it up a little bit higher. Then slide the knee out to the side, just try to slide it a little further. Then lift up that foot as you start reaching back. Please keep your chest nice and high as you're reaching back. And then finally bring your knees together. Good, and then reverse. We'll reach back a little bit further. Then we'll slide that knee out to the side. And then we'll pick that knee up and try to bring it back towards our heart before setting it down. Okay, and we'll switch sides. Same thing, just ask for a little bit more range of motion the entire time here. So lifting the knee up, slide the knee out to the side, picking up that foot as we're reaching back, reach back as far as you can, and then bring your knees together. Good. And then reverse, reach back as far as you can, slide your knee out to the side, and then try to bring that knee up in towards your heart the best that you can, and down. Good. One more time on each side. Now let's be tall through the whole body. So let's activate that standing leg. Let's stay long through our spine as we're trying to articulate our hip here. So we'll bring the knee up nice and high, slide the knee out to the side, lift the foot up as we're reaching back, and then slowly bring your knees together. Good, and then we'll reverse. We'll reach back as far as we can, slide your knee out to the side, and then lift up, try to bring that knee right towards your heart and down. Excellent. And then we'll do the other side, okay? Again, stay nice and tall, really root that standing leg into the ground, and then we'll just try to go as big as we can. So knee up towards your chest, slide your knee out to the side, lift that foot up as you're reaching back, and then slowly bring your knees together. Perfect. And then we'll reverse. We'll reach back as far as possible. We'll slide the knee out to the side, and then try to bring that knee all the way back towards your heart. Just like so. Excellent. And that's the whole routine. So we created more space through our body. We activated a bunch of muscles. So hopefully after all this, we all feel better.